Fat Rich. You can hear his patting his belly, getting fatter. Anyway, another of the lolcows, along with Boogie and the completionist Gerard and whoever else, but not Al Smith. Al Smith's a good guy. Al Smith just wants to show everyone the Titanic. And I think that there's always going to be somebody who, there's always, I guess you could find Titanic lovers group in some group, but I think sometimes it gets toxic in those social media platforms. So it's hard to find people. Anyway, enough about Al Smith. I did show him in my community posts what's going on with Fat Rich or ReviewtechUSA. Richard, he was called Masucci. I think he's called some Bernal or Bernal. I don't know. Bernal, his real last name. So it's 2:15 a.m. But a few hours ago, it was the 15th anniversary of ReviewtechUSA's debut on YouTube. I don't know if it was his debut in on the internet as ReviewtechUSA. However, he debuted on August 11th, 2009. Here we go. So why am a gamer? The Dead Man. I don't know much about Dead Man 7257, but here he is. Okay, talking about Castlevania. This was the first thing that he thought of was Castlevania 1. Now I was never really good at this game, but this is where he started. Everyone, 15 years ago. So, what is my thing about this? As far as I watched some of the documentary. It's a lot of negative stories back to back about how far this man has fallen. Besides falling on chairs, falling through the floor, the man had problems with different beefs with different YouTubers. I do remember Big Cheese Gaming, and then later on we would get to Jay. But the man came off as a crappy father, crappy husband, just a crappy human being. And but I don't know what drew me to him. I don't remember the first video that I watched in my memory. But I do believe it, like the first videos were essentially him doing first-person shooters and then talking about stories. Now, whether these stories are true or not, I'll leave it for you to decide. But what I found entertaining most about Review Tech was all these stupid stories he would tell. Oh, Jesus. I'll get demonetized for that kind of shit. So he would talk about his 4 dating nightmares. And that's like there was a sequel to this and another one. So some of these were entertaining, his 4 dating nightmares. And then there was my 5 public restroom horror stories. When you see Bruce Timm next time you go to a convention, if Bruce Timm shows up, have a kid ask him, hey Bruce, what's your public restroom horror stories? You just look at the kid like, what? Do you have a Batman question? No, I just want to know what your public restroom. What are your dating nightmares? Bruce Timm's like, did somebody plant this kid? This is cruelty to children. What's going on? So yeah, this stories and the dating stories, and of course here's the most famous of the stories. The story of my crazy stalker, Ralph. Then there was some other ones, retail horror stories and YouTube nightmares. I don't know what they are. But this is the one everybody remembers. Now, is he telling the truth? Is he doing this? Is he making this up to gain sympathy? At this point, anything is possible. I believe this guy was real and was chasing Rich and everything. Oh, Rich, So yeah, I mean, this is what I got entertained about. I think there was another story that had nothing to do with it. It was the one, oh yeah, do you remember the one where the father sat on the son and crushed him to death? Well, because the son was like crying or upset about something, and then the brother snitched on him as he was getting arrested. And then the daughter bleached her mom's drink because she wasn't getting a new phone. Some of these really shitty stories that he read. I don't know what was going on, or if he made these stories up, or if anybody can confirm that those stories were real. So, I mean, hell, I was a stupid kid. I made up stories, but you're on YouTube. People are watching you now. You're not telling stupid stories on the school ground. You're in front of a bunch of people. So, anyway, these are the things I enjoy about Review Tech USA. I don't care anything more. about his the guy can't do tech. He talked about his father knowing about technology, but what else? I mean, there's nothing else to talk about, really. Um, you just, I believe it is possible. I believe it is possible to take the 2 or 3 years off, come back and do a podcast, and not come back to YouTube. Maybe you'll get a TV deal, maybe you won't. I mean, anything's possible. And just be somebody else, be in a completely different arena. But I don't think he's going to do it. He's making music that nobody cares about. He's trying to be relevant, even though he has really made himself into a fool. It's just watching a car wreck of more famous people. The thing is that the Hollywood actors roll up their eyes at YouTubers, and the YouTubers roll up their eyes at Hollywood actors. But we're all fucking ridiculous people. So, Richie. Anyway, so stay just watch the funny stories instead. Don't take him seriously.